Well, howdy party people and space cadets, and welcome to the Galactic Happy Hour. And on this week's episode, we're going to be taking a look at my Christmas haul this year, Christmas 2020. Let's get started. Okay, very quickly, you're going to notice a theme this year. And first thing I wanted to show you, I got from said theme, and this is Goldar from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. And Power Rangers is something I've really only barely touched on the channel, but it's one of my absolute favorite properties from my youth, and something I've decided to just start collecting more heavily. For the last few years, or shoot, not last few years, last 10 or 15 years, I've really just been focusing on the Green Ranger, but I've decided to kind of branch out. Okay, well, first off, we have Goldar from the Lightning Collection. And if you're not familiar, the Lightning Collection is basically what the Black Series to Star Wars is to Power Rangers. And it's just really nice, highly detailed, highly posable figures. Now, this is the slightly cheaper Goldar who doesn't have the extended wings. That one was about 10 bucks more. But I thought this was fine. You know, to save 10 bucks, he doesn't need to fly. Sorry, Goldar. And then next, and this is another Lightning Collection figure, and this is Lord Dracon. And basically Lord Dracon is from the Boom Studios comic book, and he is an evil version of Tommy, he was the White Ranger, and he ended up mixing the power coins between the Green and the White Ranger and kind of made this merge of the two. And yeah, he is evil. And there's a whole big crossover plotty thing called Shattered Grid where he's going from reality to reality, messing stuff up. But yeah, this is a great looking figure. Just look at that. And look at the detail, the head. That has to be like some of that scanning technology, because that's a great Jason David Frank likeness. And then I just knocked a light. And as it continues, the newest Lightning Collection Green Ranger figure. And this one is super cool because look at that. It's one of the first figures to feature Tommy's vaguely mullet-like hair. I mean, it wasn't a mullet. It was just shorter on top than it was in the back, but I like to imagine. But look, that's another good likeness. Not quite as good as the Dracon likeness, but a good likeness and a great figure. And let me zoom out a little. This seems a little zoomed in here. This is a cool line, and if you see, he comes with his dragon dagger, a sword, which I guess that's the long extended sword version of the dragon dagger, an extra hand, I guess, for punching, and of course the extra head. And I am definitely going to open these. I just haven't cleared the room in my display case just yet. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Tommy head on and have him holding the helmet. Same thing with Dracon. See? Make use of both heads. Because that's one of these things with these nicer figures that have multiple heads. One or two heads usually just go to waste, but I'm going to make full use of that. Next, moving along. And speaking of Shattered Grid, we got the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid game. And this is basically a fighting game, a la Street Fighter 2, but with Power Ranger characters from all across the Power Rangers universe. And speaking of Lord Dracon, it basically tells that story. I don't play nearly as many fighting games as I used to because I'm just not a competitive gamer. I have no interest in playing against people. I just like to put them on easy mode and play for the story and to see the characters and just to have fun. But yeah, this is supposed to be a good one. You got all kinds of different... There's the Green Ranger, who I will most probably be playing as. And that's all the Power Rangers... Oh, wait, no it's not. I did some catching up on the Boom Studios graphic novels, as I was talking about. And I went all the way up to the Shattered Grid storyline, as I was talking about Lord Dracon. So you're probably thinking, Slim, that's way too much Power Ranger stuff. I hope you didn't get any more. Well, you're right. I did not get any more. Except for Power Rangers Season 3. Yeah, I bought the first sections of the Power Ranger series when they first started coming out, but just somehow got got behind on it, and so I've started kind of trying to pick back up and catch back up. But season 3, that's when they went to the ninjas. And it was interesting because the Power Rangers movie had come out between season 2 and season 3, and it was kind of just a standalone thing. So when they started season 3 back, they kind of retold the story. And I actually thought the series did a better job than the movies did on telling that story of the Ninja Rangers. Okay, but seriously, for really reals this time, that is the last of the Power Rangers stuff. Oh, hit that light again. And next, toy-wise, I finally got the RC from the Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy. And I just, as you may know, I am a sucker for female robots, especially pink female robots. And I just actually thought of all the RCs that have actually come out over the years, this has been the nicest looking one. I really like the face. I actually think this figure looks better than the Masterpiece figure that came out not terribly long ago. And interestingly, there's a third-party company that is about to release kind of an add-on kit where it kind of fills out her thighs and calves in the back, has more show-accurate, like the little car pieces, and a more show-accurate gun. But I heard it's going to be like $30, like way more than the figure, just for little add-ons. I don't know, if it goes on sale, I may pick one up. But still, this is a great-looking figure, and all this kibble on the back here comes off from what I understand, so you can have a slightly more show-accurate figure. Now, back into another DVD. This is the Mythica Collection. And Mythica is basically a 5-movie series of kind of, I don't want to say low budget, but lower budget than the big blockbuster, say Lord of the Rings stuff, but a lower budget. I think the later ones were kickstarted fantasy series. And it is really quite good. And, I mean, they pimp Kevin Sorbo being in these movies like crazy. He is barely in it. Barely a cameo. I don't even remember Hodor there being in it at all. But anyway, if you like fantasy, like sword and sorcery type stuff, this is a really fun, just light, kind of good fantasy series. And this 5 DVD collection is less than $20 on Amazon. Highly recommend this one. I think Jay Super Awesome needs to watch this, and Bryn from Horror Hands, because he once told me he dug fantasy stuff, so yeah, check this one out. Now we're moving into more games, and we got Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening for the Switch, which this is a remake of the Game Boy game, which funnily, I got that Game Boy game for Christmas that year. And now I got the remake for Christmas this year. And I've already started this one, and I am very hooked and very loving this one. A ton of fun. And next for the Switch, Hyrule Warriors, which I know several people, Kyle the Collector, Movie Massacre, someone else was saying they were playing it as well. Who was that? Either way. Hear great things. I love the first one. As I've said before, Warrior-style games are some of my favorite style of games, and Warrior-style games with Legend of Zelda characters. You cannot beat that. If you hear that clicking in the background, you may not. If you can, it's my stove. I'm making fish right now. Because being here on an island, lots of fish in the swamp. And now, moving along quickly, a little something I picked up for myself, which is the G-Friend Purges, or Purgus, I think it's Purges Night album. And this is kind of sort of a concept album. I don't know, I mean, they're a very concept-heavy group, and each video and album release kind of tells a story. And I don't know if every song on here fits into the story, but several major pieces of the story of them kind of becoming modern witches. Really interesting stuff. And as I said online the other day, Apple may be the song of the year for me. But listening to it, their latest single, Mago, might actually be the song of the year for me. Either way, this is a great album and great booklet too. I haven't done one of those kind of look-throughs in a while, have I? I don't know if you folks actually dig those. If anyone actually wants to see me thumb through this, let me know. And the last thing I got, I'm just going to kind of, sort of, just give you a peek, because I'm thinking about doing a review for this. But it's the Q Posket Raphael But yeah, I'm just kidding. That's all the peek you get. All right, and that was my Christmas haul for this year. It was a very good Christmas. My parents, the space strippers, and Santa took good care of me. Well, that's all the time we have for this year. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see anything in deeper detail, let me know. And may your pants always be filled with mighty Morphin marshmallows.